right now with a warm-up. As we move throughout the workshop, we're talking about the processes that are happening in the brain. I'm going to ask you to reflect upon those processes that may be occurring in your brain. And it starts with being able to just lift words off the page. So I'm going to ask you to read 3 words out loud. No matter where you are, your kitchen, your classroom, as soon as you see them, please say them out loud. Ready? Begin. Okay, hopefully you were able to catch all 3 of those. Bibble, Brointa, quintuplet. Well, if we were all in a room together, there's a pretty high likelihood you would have said the same 3 words I just said, that we would have all pronounced these words in the same way. How does that happen? How did we all arrive at the same pronunciation and know how to read these unfamiliar words? Well, let's examine them. The first word, why didn't you say Bible? How did you know that this first I was going to be short? And what about the E at the end of the word? How did you know that this wasn't making a short or long vowel sound? Did you say bibli? I suspect you did not. How did that occur? Okay, let's go on to the next word. Again, multisyllabic, and this time containing a vowel team. So how did you know how to pronounce this vowel team? Because my primary teachers told me when 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. Did you say Bronta? I suspect you did not. You abandoned when 2 vowels go walking? I know, right? The cardinal rule there. Okay, what about the A at the end of the word? How did you know to flex this A to a schwa? Did you consciously say to yourself, oh, this is going to be a schwa, I'm going to need to flex it? No, I suspect you did not, and yet you immediately said Broita. How does that occur? Okay, last one. Once again, multisyllabic. So how did you know how many syllables there would be in quintuplet and where to break those syllables? Most importantly, did you confuse this with a similar looking word? Did you say quintuplet? Oh, no, wait, I think that word's quintuplet. No, I suspect that you had correct pronunciation the first time, instantaneously. So how does this occur? Well, as skilled readers, we use our knowledge of existing words and our firmly established foundational literacy skills to turn around, reapply them, and then read these new and unfamiliar words. As I was asking those questions, it's a little hard to explain. It almost seems magical. Well, an ILA position paper on phonics addressed that very idea of reading being magical. They said learning to read at times seems almost magical. A child sits in front of a book, transforms those squiggles and lines into sounds, puts those sounds together to make words, and then puts the words together to make meaning. Seems like a very complicated process. It must be somewhat magical, but it's not. In fact, it's quite systematic. English is an alphabetic language. We have 26 letters, and these letters in various combinations represent the 44 sounds in our language. Teaching students the basic letter sound combinations gives them access to sounding out approximately 84% of the words in English print. But before we get into this systematic approach, let's take just a moment and learn a little bit about you. I'm going to launch a few of those polls but right now we are going to go back to the skills, knowledge, and experience that you use to read those words. The evidence is clear. There is a certain set of skills, knowledge, and experience that's required to accurately read words we've never seen before. Those are the foundational literacy skills. They include phonemic awareness, letter knowledge, the alphabetic principle, phonics knowledge, and knowledge of those syllable types. If we were to turn around and define the foundational literacy skills, we would say that they are the teachable skills that promote strong decoding and fluent reading. You heard me emphasize the word teachable. At the heart of this definition is the idea that learning to read is not a natural process. We naturally acquire spoken language and the ability to be able to speak that language, but we need instruction in order to acquire the ability to read. It all revolves around the English alphabetic code. Our language is a code. It must be explicitly taught so children learn how those squiggly lines that they see on the page map or connect to the speech sounds that they need to produce. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do right now. I'm going to ask you to apply a code by reading a simple sentence. It's a first grade level sentence. I'm sure you'll have no problems. Just read it out loud. It comes up in the purple box as soon as you see it. Ready? Begin. How's it going? Well, for me, it wouldn't be going very well. And you may be saying, whoa, I don't know that code. Well, maybe the knowledge of the code isn't that important. Maybe there's a workaround. One workaround that we try a lot, see if it works for you, is take a guess. Yeah, the workaround's not too effective when we don't have the knowledge of the code, right? Let's try another workaround. One I tried in my classroom a lot, first grade. Go ahead, just take a look at that picture. The workarounds are not all that successful, right? Without the knowledge of the code, without the knowledge of how our spoken language connects to that written language, many times our students are left stranded. So let's take a dive right now into an understanding of the English alphabetic code. And